Another day in another practice officially in the books for the Houston Texans as they prepare for yet another preseason football game. We just got some massive news, by the way, by DeMeco Ryans after practice, talking about the ones should be getting some reps during the game. We're going to talk all about it, including some big trash talking going on, Stefon Diggs, Jalen Petrie, as well as Xavier Hutchinson looking really good in today's practice. We're going to break it all down. Before we jump in though, do me a big favor guys and comment down below a record prediction for the Texans this season, but also follow all of the Texans media members on X because I guarantee you will not regret it today. It kind of felt like I was at practice because they post so many clips, they post so many news and notes and updates from practice. It feels like you're there when in reality, I'm just sitting at home, right? So go give them a follow on X. I promise you will not regret it. With that being said, let's kind of dive into the video and talk about today's practice. So let's just start off with Xavier Hutchinson. He actually had a beautiful catch in the end zone for a touchdown from Davis Mills. Now, in the first preseason game, the Hall of Fame game, Xavier Hutchinson, one of my takeaways was the development from last year to this year has been amazing. You can already tell the route running is way more crisp. The separation that he is getting, right? Not even just in practice, but the game was really eye-opening. And I think Xavier Hutchinson, even though they have so many guys, Tank Dell, Nico Collins, Stefon Diggs, Noah Brown, John Mechie, right? Robert Woods. There's so many guys here. But at the end of the day, Xavier Hutchinson stands out to me. The dude is big. The dude is a big-time target. I think he will find his way onto the football field. I don't know how much, but if he continues to play like this, man, I don't know if they can keep him off the field, especially in red zone, right? Now, we had a great corner or leaping touchdown in the corner of the end zone from Davis Mills. That was really good to see. After that, we started to see a lot of Stefon Diggs, Jalen Petrie going at it, battling. I mean, they've been battling throughout the majority of camp so far. Now, Jalen Petrie is a guy they've been moving all over the football field, sometimes in the slot, back to the safety position. Today, he was going up against Stefon Diggs a ton. He had one where, they did flag him for defensive holding, but also had a really good PBU versus CJ Stroud. Looked like a very close call and probably could have gone either way. Stroud did do a lot of good things today, though. If you talk about CJ Stroud, it looks like he's in for another big year. Had a 12-yard touchdown run today. Had a couple of big-time throws. One to Tank Dell on the right sideline that was, threaded through the needle. The dude was on point for the majority of practice. However, there was one guy who jumped in and had a really good interception today. I bet you guys can't even guess who it was. And I know you're not. You might, unless you know what's happening at practice. But Al-Shaair, former 49ers linebacker, I believe Tennessee as well. But this is a guy who played under DeMeco Ryans back in San Francisco and coming over here trying to replace Blake Cashman, doing a really good job of it so far. This dude jumped up in front of an interception or a ball and got the interception from CJ Stroud. A very good play by him. But Stroud bounces back. It's a beautiful touchdown pass to Robert Woods on a crossing route. Boom. I mean, it seems like CJ Stroud's locked in. And the one thing I really like about CJ is whenever there is a mistake, whenever something bad happens like an interception or a sack, he gets right back up and does it again, right? He is never gets complacent, never gets, too discouraged, just wants to keep working and keep getting better. CJ Stroud is a dog. Now, before we get any further into this video, do me a big favor, guys. Hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. 1, it is free. It doesn't cost anything. 2, we're going to be covering every single training camp practice for the Texans. 3, we're going to be live streaming during their preseason games and probably regular season games as well. If you want to watch some Texans games with me throughout the preseason, follow my Twitch. We are live for the Hall of Fame game. We watched that game together. We broke down the film together. Go follow the Twitch. Link will be in the description, or you can find it at Matty Dubs with 3 S's. And also, we're going to be breaking down film, going through the all 22 coaches film, and posting breakdown videos. So if you want to see any of those throughout the season, preseason, make sure you guys join the family. With that being said, let's kind of dive back into the video. Now, CJ Stroud also dropped another dime on the right sideline to Stefon Diggs in between two defenders, Jalen Petrie and Jimmy Ward as well. Again, when you look at the things that CJ Stroud did during practice today, you wouldn't believe it. And I do want to apologize because we don't have film of this. Obviously, the reporters aren't allowed to film certain portions of practice because other teams will be able to see it and see what they're running, kind of just stealing the film, right? So they're not able to show these, but I guess you guys are going to have to take my word for it because I'm taking the word of it, or the word for it from the media teams over there. So, man, it was a really good practice for the Texans today, especially CJ Stroud. He continued to showcase what he could do. In terms of guys who weren't practicing today, Kamari Lassiter, Will Anderson, it didn't look like Danielle Hunter was out there either. Joe Mixon was not practicing. So a lot of guys were out. I believe Jeff Okudah was out as well. But like I said earlier, D'Amico Ryans came out and said the ones will play versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, again, we don't know how much they're going to play, but they will see some sort of action, right? We want to see the connection between Stefon Diggs, CJ Stroud. We want to see the connection between Joe Mixon. However, is Joe Mixon going to play? I don't know. Really don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Now, it doesn't look like Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson's injuries are bad. I think they're fine. I think maybe getting a rest day here and there are some of these guys. Don't be too worried about it. And then what else? We have, just a lot of really good throws. The interception we talked about. A couple of 20, 30-yard bombs. One to Stefon Diggs. I mean, today's practice was not as intense as before, but still, the trash talking's picking up today, right? Obviously, once you practice versus the same guy over and over and over again, you start to get a little bit annoyed. So don't worry about it heating up a little bit. That's just the competitive nature at practice. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, join the family. Like I said, every single practice we're going to keep you guys updated. And also, comment down below 2 or 3 players that you're excited to see throughout the preseason. The next game, right? We should be able to see some more ones. Who are you excited to see, man? Things are about to get really, really interesting over the next couple of days here. So, I mean, if you ask me, I think the one guy I am really excited to see here is I want to see a little bit more of John Mechie. Right? He's been standing out throughout camp. But we didn't really get to see it last game versus the Bears. I mean, he dropped the ball, had a couple of targets here and there. But I want to see him take that leap up because I know he can. I really think he can. So he is one guy I'm really excited to see. Stefon Diggs, another one. Cade Stover had a couple of catches last game. Who else am I really excited to see? I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I really want to see what Cam Akers could do. That spin move he had versus the Bears. Can he make the roster? Can he be their number 3 behind Joe and Damian Pierce? I think there is definitely a world. And then defensively, I want to continue to see Al-Shaair. I want to see a little bit more of Kamari Lassiter. I want to see a little bit of the duo of Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. How is that going to look in game action? Man, there's a lot to be excited about if you're a Texans fan. So join the family, and I'll see you guys in the next video or the live stream for their Steelers game. Peace.